Hey everyone, I want to talk about a really important topic and one that brings with it a lot of frustration, and that is documentation when you are going through a divorce or a custody battle with a narcissist. First, I want to acknowledge that this topic is incredibly frustrating. I remember being told back in 2009, document everything. And at the time, I didn't even know what that meant because I didn't even know what a divorce with a narcissist looked like. There was no material out there on it. And I was just putting one foot in front of the other every day and constantly baffled by the other party's behavior. So when somebody tells you document everything, okay. And so I did. I documented everything. And I will tell you that there were many times it felt like it was completely in vain. Here I'm documenting everything. No one cares. No one's looking at it. I keep putting things in front of the court. They keep shutting me down. And meanwhile, my kids are suffering. My kids are struggling. And so when nature intended for us to protect our young, and our hands are tied behind our backs by a broken system, and no one is listening to your battle cry, it's one of the most frustrating things I've ever been through as a parent. I get it. So when people say document everything, they really mean it. You want to document everything, but I will give you some grace and a little bit of a perspective. If you looked back at my 10-year custody battle, there are huge chunks of time, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, where I didn't document anything. And that does not mean that there was nothing going on. It meant that I was so overwhelmed by acting as my own attorney, by being a full-time mom, by working full-time, that I had to put on my own oxygen mask. That analogy that we are so accustomed to hearing every time we sit on an airplane is so accurate. You can't be there for your kids if you aren't getting oxygen. And so there are times where I had to push pause, and it's okay. So with that said, documenting patterns of behavior, documenting the hearsay, even though nobody is going to listen to it. You never know when a family court professional is going to cross your path who does lean in a little bit closer, or who does understand toxic people or narcissistic personality disorder, and maybe they do care. I've been through 2 full child custody evaluations, minors counsel being appointed, 3 child welfare investigations, dozens of police contacts. I can't even count the number of court dates that I've experienced, but I was in court 13 times in 2012 alone. That's just one snippet of my battle. And through all of those experiences and interactions with professionals who are tasked with doing what's best for our kids, it's failure after failure. A lot of these people become calloused to the issues that they see every day. They put us on a scale or a spectrum of, when they're seeing severe abuse and maybe our stuff falls over here, it's easy for them to chalk it up as, just 2 annoying parents who don't like each other and can't put the kids first. I can't tell you how many times I encountered those people. So even though my first custody evaluation in 2010 was a waste of time, money, and resources, I had a very inept evaluator who didn't care and who, prioritized parental rights over the safety of my kids. But then in 2013, we were appointed a second custody evaluation, and that made all the difference. And so my reason for sharing this with you is you just never know who is going to cross your path, who does care, who does want to lean in and see what your documentation looks like. And one of the things I say, 99% of my documentation has never been seen by anyone, but with everything that I documented, being able to pull 1% together and deliver it to the evaluator in a concise presentation overview of what we were experiencing is ultimately what protected my children. And so, there are going to be some people who lean towards an electronic documentation system, others who prefer paper. If you don't have a system that works for you, if you are really struggling in this area of knowing what to document, how to be strategic about your documentation, and how to create a system that will allow you to showcase the main issues to a family court professional. I do offer an online course. You can go to the One Mom's Battle website and click online courses and then documentation workshop. I used to do these once a month, and now it's available for immediate download. So if this is a topic that you're struggling with and you could use some support, please feel free to head over to the One Mom's Battle website where you can instantly download our course. Take care. Bye-bye.